with also a ZANU-PF story, because there is something that is happening there, and we strongly believe it is of national interest for the nation to be focused on this crumbling ZANU-PF. Guess what? This morning we woke up with George Charamba. I understand George Charamba was saved by retired General Chwenga to be fired. Mnangagwa did not want him appointed near any of his government individuals. He wanted to fire him, and it is said it is Chwenga who actually talked for him and saved this George Charamba, who is celebrating the fall of Energy Mutodi. Anyway, Energy Mutodi also not a good character within ZANU-PF, I must say so. And sometimes it may be karma, so when karma comes, some people, especially politicians, knows when to manipulate the situation, especially to get the sympathy of the people. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, Rihloni Pani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So one of the presidential spokesperson, that is George Charamba, has celebrated the firing of Energy Mutodi following exposing the corruption that was carried out in the office of the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance, that is George Kuvamatanga. And this is what he had to write, especially about the firing of Energy Mutodi within the portfolio committee that was actually allocated to ZANU-PF. And this decision was done specifically by the chairperson of ZANU-PF. I mean, by the actual speaker, rather, of ZANU-PF, that is Mutenda. And I've always indicated why Mnangagwa put that Mutenda as the Secretary General. Mutenda appears to be loyal to Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and it appears he has proven that he is a loyal person, especially around Mnangagwa. I don't know whether he's pretending or not, because in ZANU-PF sometimes you cannot tell where people are standing. It's a party of opportunists. Even George Charamba may be taking so strong for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, only to realize, because there are so many things that he has been putting out on the public domain that actually disadvantages the Mnangagwa cabal. So this is what he wrote in actually celebrating Energy Mutodi's dismissal as the chairperson of the portfolio committee, specifically on budget finance. He says it's plain idiocy for a chairperson of a committee of parliament to jump past his committee to make defamatory allegations. It is the ultimate expression of lack of faith in processes of parliament and the bit in that which you preside over. Then you have legally ignoramuses who personalize a decision of the executive committee of parliament in order to damn a man, Madununu. This is what he has written. In fact, he continues on his wall to actually hammer Energy Mutodi. I saw somewhere, let me just go, where he had actually quoted. I think, okay, he says, guys, you cannot, okay, he was responding to a story that was done by the online publication of Zimbabwe, which says Energy Mutodi fired after accusing Kuvamatanga of amassing US billion from kickbacks. And then he quote that story and he says, guys, you cannot get fired from a committee of parliament. You are only stood down. Now he is downplaying. you know, ZANU-PF people always think they are so smart. I mean, you can only be stood down. So he's saying Energy Mutodi has been stood down. In the previous post, he said by Energy Mutodi failing to trust the processes that exist within the parliament to raise the issues of Kuvamatanga within the committee, as well as the established, processes and protocols of that highly also compromised parliament, because that parliament is led by a dictator, that is Jacob Mutenda. Jacob Mutenda runs that parliament as if he is presiding over his children. I just watched, I think, once, and when I saw him doing that, I say, this is an idiot, typical of an idiot. And Jacob, when you look at Jacob Mtenda, he is a puppet of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. He exhibits the character of Mnangagwa and execute decisions in line with what he would have been spoon-fed by Mnangagwa. So you expect that parliament to have really processes that can be trusted by people. If those processes are not trusted by ZANU-PF, I'm sure Energy Mutodi understood that this issue cannot actually be properly dealt with if I put it through processes. Jacob Mutenda, there was no way, because if Kuvamatanga was to be investigated, then it should have been rubber stamped by Jacob Mutenda. So by removing Energy Mutodi, Mnangagwa saw a loophole, because he can't trust anyone really within ZANU-PF at the moment. So he saw a loophole that this committee may see the light of the day, because it doesn't know who exactly is sincerely supporting him and who exactly is against him. The other faction does not make a lot of noise, just like the faction of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, to put us into picture of what exactly is happening politically within ZANU-PF. The other faction does its things calculatively. They are not making noise. They are not jumping up and down, singing some silly songs for the whole almost 2 years, singing some silly songs that do not yield to anything, recording music that do not yield to anything. What idiocy! I think this is the highest level of idiocy that we've been subjected to. So the celebration of George Charamba, I saw also the Barakashi. They are celebrating, especially on social media platforms, regarding the firing of Energy Mutodi. Although he is not a good character, but in this instance, he actually told within the lines, factional lines. I have said it must be difficult for ZANU-PF members to do their work. Because in the process of attempting to do his work, most probably wanted to impress or get the attention of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, thinking that he is a clean man. He will come after Kuvamatanga, hearing that he actually demands kickbacks of between 5 to 10%. Anyway, we have that information already. Zimbabwe gets to have a democratic government. All these individuals, if they are still alive, they will have to face the mighty wrath of law, because there is a lot that they have been doing, which is not, which is unethical. In fact, saying unethical is actually it's a better term. In fact, it's worse than being unethical. I don't know how I can call it. They have been running that country. Even someone running a spaza shop does it better than the way Zimbabwe has been run. Just imagine a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance, which is the backbone of the economy of any country, demanding kickbacks of 5 to 10%. That is a lot of money. If you calculate from the time, how many departments in ZANU-PF, how much have they received in terms of the budget, and you calculate all these kickbacks, it can amount to billions of United States dollars. And of course, whatever he has accumulated, if a proper government is to come in place, it has to be taken back, because it does not belong to him. He has to explain how he got it. If he fails, then the mighty wrath of the law has to actually take its course. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okay, Umhlabani is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast. Don't forget also to search for my music and take a look to Tandolake by yours truly, Tonpani Movie. I'm signing off this time around.